What if the most dangerous contest in the world wasn't in some war zone or some underground arena? What if the only way to actually win that contest was to outplay hundreds of strangers in games that you haven't played since grade school? Well, that is Squid Game, a twisted survival competition disguised as child's play where the prize is life-changing money and the consequences are life-ending. Let's go and break down the full story from the first game to the start of a rebellion. Our story starts with player 456, a man who's out of options. He's buried in debt, barely hanging on to his family, and he is desperate. One day, he's offered a shot at turning it all around through a mysterious competition with a massive payout. He wakes up in a strange facility with 455 other players, all in similar situations. They're told that they're gonna play 6 games over 6 days, and if they win, they share billions in prize money, but if they lose, they're permanently removed from the competition. The first game is red light, green light, but with motion sensors and serious consequences. Over half of the players are eliminated on day 1. Panic sets in big time. At the same time, a detective searching for his missing brother secretly follows the players and infiltrates the facility disguised as one of the guards. As he explores the island, he uncovers more than he expected. Back in the game, player 456 builds a small alliance with others, including an old classmate, a quiet pickpocket, and a foreign worker. Each game forces them to rely on each other and then face impossible choices. A sugar-cutting challenge raises the tension, a tug-of-war match high above the ground pushes strategy and teamwork to the limit. And in a devastating round of marbles, teammates are told to compete, knowing only one of them can move forward. Behind the scenes, the detective learns that the games have been running for more than 30 years and the person that's in charge right now, the front man, is his missing brother. As the games go on, the number of players dwindles and the games become more unpredictable. One challenge involves crossing a bridge with panels that may or may not hold their weight. Only 3 players make it to the final stage, player 456, his former friend, and the quiet girl from his alliance. They're served a final dinner, emotions are running high, and injuries are bad. And just before the last game begins, the friend quietly removes one of the competitors from the running. And in the final round, the actual Squid Game, player 456 wins after a brutal fight, but refuses to finish the job. His opponent makes a final decision of his own, ending the match. Player 456 returns home alone, now incredibly wealthy, but emotionally destroyed. He doesn't spend any of the money. He learns that his mother has passed away while he was gone. And then a year later, he gets one last invitation. He discovers that the elderly player that he trusted early on was actually the game's creator, a man who wanted to make a competition for the wealthy to watch, just for entertainment. Now, 2 years later, player 456 has gone quiet, but he is not done. With the help from the detective from the first season, who survived his previous encounter with the frontman, if you remember, was his brother, he starts tracking recruiters and former guards, hoping to expose the truth. But what he doesn't know is that the frontman, now undercover again, is already inside the next Squid Game, playing as a participant, staying one move ahead of everybody. 456 re-enters the game willingly, hoping to gather intel and spark a resistance from the inside. Meanwhile, the detective and his small team search for the island again, unaware that they're being fed false trails. Now back in the game, 456 wakes up with a new group of players. Same rules, different faces. But now there's a new twist. After each game, players get to vote whether to continue. If the majority says stop, well then the game ends, and the prize gets divided. Now the frontman, disguised as one of them, ensures that the vote always leans towards continuing. Meanwhile, outside of the games, one soldier refuses to ignore the shady activity happening behind the scenes, especially the black market trade involving eliminating players. She starts pushing back, creating cracks in the system. Now inside the game, trust begins to crumble. Alliances break, players start targeting each other, not just to win, but to shift the odds in their favor. 456 rallies a small group to resist. They plan an uprising, overtake a few guards, and even make a move towards the control room. But that doesn't last long. Their ammo runs dry, guards regroup, and one by one, the rebellion collapses. The frontman, now fully back in control, eliminates a key player right in front of 456, a clear message that no one escapes this game easily. What started as a competition for money has become a war, but the frontman was waiting, already inside, already ahead. And now the line between player and puppet master is more blurred than ever, and Squid Game Season 3 is going to be the end of the show, so there's no way that everybody is going to make it out alive. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you check out my other recaps right here, and let me know in the comments, would you take the money and leave, or would you try to stay and win everything? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.